Now, women in England are to be given a choice of where they give birth.
Under new plans being announced today, expectant mothers will have the right to choose whether they go to hospital, to a specialist maternity unit or stay at home to have their baby.
Natasha Harris gave birth at home to 5-week-old Naya, and Beth Svarovska had 22-year-old Abigail at a maternity unit, and they're both with us now. Hello.
Morning.
Thank you very
all.
much for coming in so early with your babies when I'm sure you'd rather be at home. Beth, first of all, tell us, what was your experience like when you gave birth to Abigail?
We had just the birth experience we wanted at the Royal Surrey County Hospital. We, my husband and I chose that we would give birth in the midwife-led unit, and that allowed us to have an active birth and to be supported by a midwife who facilitated a natural delivery, but effectively with George and I in the lead in Abigail's birth, and it was just as we wanted.
And did you have the opportunity to get to know the midwife during your pregnancy, before the birth?
The midwife who actually delivered Abigail, we hadn't met her before, but we instantly established a rapport with her, and so I don't think that caused a problem. But out in the community, yes, we did consistently see the same midwife, and we got great care in the community as well.
And what about Naya? How was she born?
She was born in my living room in a birthing pool with the midwives that I knew very well. They delivered my first baby 2.5 years ago, and then I contacted them and they came and delivered.
So same midwife?
Same midwife,
And
yeah.
the birthing pool was NHS, or did you have to buy your own?
No, they brought it with them and just set it up in the living room for me.
And were you did they point out the risk? I mean, you've already had one home birth,
Yeah.
but I mean, how did the process
Well,
come about?
I think people seem to think if you're in a hospital, if there's something goes wrong, they can just rush you straight in and everything could be set up ready, when really it's not like that, you know, that's television. What happened, if from the time I got from my house to the hospital, if there was an emergency, would probably take the same length of time to get everything ready for me anyway, so I didn't feel that I was at risk giving birth at home. I felt confident and it was really nice.
Beth, I'm sure you both wanted the same experience in terms of bonding with the baby, but you actively chose a hospital birth. Did you ever consider having Abigail at home?
At that stage, we only considered it briefly. I think with a first baby, personally, we felt that we were not sure how things were going to go. And it seemed as if the home-from-home unit, the midwife-led unit, was the perfect solution for us. So we could have the active birth we wanted. But right next door, literally in the next room, we would have the consultant-led unit if things didn't quite go to plan. And so it was very reassuring to have that breadth of service in the same building available.
I mean, you've both had very good experiences within the NHS. The reason that the government is suggesting they have these new proposals which are coming in England are because there are a lot of women who don't have very good experiences within the NHS, because there are, according to the Royal College of Midwives, just too few midwives, and you don't get that personal one-to-one care. Have you heard that with other new mums?
Lots of friends, a lot of friends who've had lots of babies in hospitals, and I don't know one that's been as happy with it at all. All of them have been extremely unhappy and don't want to have any more kids because of it, really.
Really?
Yeah. I've got two that have had really bad experiences. So
I would say
what about you, Beth?
The majority of mums I speak to who've given birth in the Royal Surrey have positive experiences. But I think it's important today to look behind the headlines and see if real choice is actually going to be available to mums and dads about where they give birth and how they give birth, because all across the country there are threats to maternity units, and we know that people want to have a local midwife or a local hospital to give birth in. So if an excellent maternity unit is under threat of closure like we have in Guildford, really choice could actually be being diminished.
Yeah.
So we need to look, I think, at the whole picture of what's actually happening on the ground in the community.
Well, we will be looking at it throughout the course of the programme this morning. But Natasha, Beth, thank you both very much indeed. And of course, the stars of the show, Abigail and Naya. Well behaved.
They're fantastic babies.
Not a peep out of either of them. Great to see you.
Can we swap? I'll give you mine.
Oh, I see.
Not at all. Anyway, thanks very much for coming in.